Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my corner of the internet. My name once again is Jason, and today we're back with some more Elder Scrolls Arena. Alright, so last time we basically killed this giant stone golem thing, which actually, I don't know if I've just killed a lot since I entered the dungeon. I can't remember exactly, or if it was worth a lot of experience, but that actually jumped up by quite a bit. I don't know how much I need for my next level. I'll probably, maybe for the next video, I'll actually do the math and we'll see what I need to actually level up. But for now, let's just go ahead and explore the rest of this dungeon. Now, I think we want to head west from here. It doesn't look like it's going to be a very large dungeon because the outer wall is along these walls. So if we just head off west, We'll get to where we need to go. I'm hoping that there's not too many floors to this dungeon. You know, I don't want it to. I don't want it to take up like 8 videos worth of me just going through random dungeon number 5 or 3 or whatever number this happens to be. Now, what I'm going to do though, I'm going to go ahead and cast a reminder. You need to have your mouse cursor up here when you're using the shortcut keys. If you have it down below, they won't work for, whatever reason. We're going to go ahead and use invisibility. Next time I get back to a town, I want to do some spell crafting, and I want to create a spell that allows me to be invisible for a lot longer. I don't want to have to keep refreshing it. It's a bit of a pain. I want to embrace the sneaky style. Because normally when I play RPGs, I actually tend to... Ah, darn, we're going down. Again. Let's go ahead and save this. Working too. Sounds good. When I play RPGs, I tend to gravitate towards the sneaky character classes. Thieves, rogues, stuff like that. I don't know why. It's just something fun. Either that or sometimes I like to play around with magic. But I actually realize how seldom do I actually ever really play like a straight up just fighter, using weapons and just using a variety of weapons and just using my bare hands to slay my enemies. It's not something I tend to do very often. So I actually think that it's actually interesting that the game chose a Nightblade for me, because the more and more I play this, the more I'm like, this character is a perfect fit for me. Being able to use magic, but I'm always scared of running out of magic points in every one of those games, so I always tend to stockpile potions so that I never run out of energy. And it looks like this game is no exception. I'm doing the exact same thing in this one. So, did I go full circle? Yes, I did. I went around full circle. All right, so we'll go this way, and then we'll go through this door. No, let's go this way this time. I don't think I went west. But yeah, I find it interesting that the questionnaire essentially, it called it. And I've definitely liked this a lot. I'm using the sword a lot. And that's because when I first started playing Arena, actually, yeah, I'd say Arena was the first game that I just decided I was going to make a stand-up fighter for my first character. So I had made I can't remember what the class was, what it's called. It's not, I keep thinking like in D&D terms, fighter. But no, is it a warrior? I can't remember. Basically, I was wearing plate mail and brandishing large weapons. So, yeah. That's all. I just thought it was a fun little thought that the game was able to actually pick a decent class for me based off of my questions. Now, I suppose. Oh! My invisibility wore off. I took a hit. Let's go ahead, light heal, and yeah. We talked about how long invisibility lasted in a previous video, and I've already forgotten. Wasn't it like 100 seconds or something? 100. It was just shy of like 2 minutes, if I recall correctly. Okay. Well, I'm making some quick progress. I guess it kind of helps that if, like, say, anything were to spawn behind me, it's not actually going to hit me because I'm invisible. Oh, well, there you are. Wait. My invisibility... No, I am invisible. He still sees me. Alright, then. Let's go ahead and... Oh, what's my spell? What's my spell? My awesome one. Where's my awesome one? Oh, there it is. Spellbreaker Light. Because I know you guys cast magic, so go ahead. Thank you, I needed the refill. Alright, yep, there we go. Doing good, guy. Just a little bit more. Alright, I'm going to cast Bad Hair Day. Just one more fireball. Thank you. And now you're doomed. Now that's interesting, though, that the Wraith was able to see me while I was invisible. Now, was that because I stepped into him? Like, is it because I collided with him and that's why he was able to know I was there? Or do Wraiths just have an ability to see invisible? I'm bumping into this Minotaur, yeah, and he's not reacting. So, I suspect that Wraiths might be able to see me when I'm invisible. Oh. Yeah. So I need to be a little bit more cautious. Actually, I should be saving. That's something I haven't done in a little while. It's like somewhere out there, someone was screaming at their screen. They're going, "No, you're making progress. Yeah, you should be saving. Save your game. Holy crap, save it!" Don't worry, I've got this. Famous last words. But yeah, I'm definitely, definitely. I'm definitely glad that I got this character class. I think I've already talked about that before, about how I feel like it's really good to show off the game. Okay, I'm healthy, but I'm no longer invisible, so let's go ahead and change that. There we go. But yeah, because like I said, I like to show off all different aspects of the games that I play, and I think that this class is sort of that perfect sort of blend, especially in the later games. Like I'm really looking forward to diving into like Morrowind. Actually, you know, I'm kind of looking forward to Daggerfall as well. Daggerfall is actually my actually, I would have to say it's my least played Elder Scrolls game, and I know a lot of people say it is fantastic. I think what put me off from Daggerfall at first was the combat system really did not feel good. I actually think Arena's combat system is superior, but it had a lot of I'm gonna say needless nudity. I'm not like, oh my goodness, a nipple. I am so offended. But my problem came with, like, you go into some, like, for example, like some temples or some places, and there's like straight up just nudity for the sake of nudity. Let's be edgy. Let's put, like, softcore up on the wall, just for kicks. And to me, I was like, that's not cool. Like, I get it if it makes sense within the context of the game that I'm playing, but when you start putting things in and it feels like you're doing it just to be edgy and just because you want to create a quote-unquote mature title, it comes across like BMX XXX. And if you don't know what I'm talking about with that, then I'm really old. Basically, there was I recognize those kind of doors. Those are riddle doors. Most of the time. Okay, never mind. I was wrong. Basically, BMX XXX was basically a game that you did BMX tricks, and there was you were rewarded with nudity. That's basically it. Something just took a chunk out of my magic, so I'm going to use Spellbreaker Light. Okay. I'm not sure if Spellbreaker Light was worth it there, but that tells me that I'm no longer invisible. Alright, so I'm invisible now. I'm going to use a couple more potions to get my magic up, so should I need to use it, you know, in a pinch, I've got the spell points to spend. But yeah, that was kind of the reason why I played very little Daggerfall, because I was kind of turned off by its it was almost like a try hard kind of look guys, we're mature kind of attitude. And you know, admittedly, there's a lot more to the game than that. So I'm looking forward to actually being able to Mithril Helm. I'll grab that. I'm not sure exactly where that... I can't remember where that fits on the... we'll say the hierarchy of how good items are. And my light spell wore off. But yeah, so... I'm excited to get to go ahead and try it out. But those two reasons were definitely big turnoffs for me for Daggerfall, but we'll get into that, and I will enjoy it, and I will play it through to completion. But I know I'm always mentioning Morrowind, but that's just because it's like my favorite game. That doesn't mean I love any of the other ones any less, except for Oblivion. It can die in a fire. Man, that is going to be one hostile series. But I promise I will try. I will do my best to go into each game with an open mind and really find something to like about each title. I'm just putting this disclaimer out there because I feel like I talk crap about some of the games, but I don't want you to think that I'm going to go into the game and just bash it all the time. You know, that's not fun. I like look, because there's good in everything. Like, there's a reason why people like Oblivion. If it was a terrible game, you know, people would all hate it. You know, sure, you'd have a few people who like it just because, you know, it's like a guilty pleasure sort of thing, but or, you know, they found something they liked about it. But I think it comes back down to the point that everyone likes games for different reasons, and they play them for different reasons. Like, for instance, you know, someone who likes Oblivion, they might not actually even like RPGs, and they might actually be drawn in by the fact that the whole game were levels with them. So basically they can feel like, okay, I got gear and stuff like that, but at the same time, they're not having to deal with, I don't know, maybe because it plays more like an action game, because I don't know. I can't think of a reason, but there's a reason why different people play different games, and why some people might like a genre, yes, and play two different games in the genre, and one would like it and one doesn't. Like, for example, I love adventure games, but I like it for the adventure itself. And I know a lot of people say that story is king in adventure games, whereas my favorite adventure games are the old ones. We're talking like, you know, the old ones, like old parser-based ones where with dead ends and everything. Because to me, there was more to explore there, and I feel like, you know, exploration is one of the most fun parts of gameplay. So, right there, you get an example of, you know, people who like different game or the same game. Actually, people can like the same game for two different reasons. I might like one of those games and it might have a good story, so somebody likes that game too, but they don't like it for the exploration. They like it for a different reason. So and that's what I try to find when I look at these games, because it's not fair to just bash it because it doesn't necessarily meet up with what I like. I like to try to think, you know, well, where is the appeal in this? And that way there, you know, when I'm sharing a game with someone else, I'm not just focusing on my interests. I can bring up other things that might sort of sell them on a game, because I like to be informative in my videos. I like to be able to say, you know, when I'm playing through, I feel like during Let's Plays you should learn something. I can't stand watching a Let's Play where the person is, you know, basically just dictating exactly what's going on the screen. And I'm guilty of that. I've done that before. But I feel that's whoa, at least at some point during a Let's Play or a playthrough, that you should learn something about the game. And I think Let's Plays are a great tool to not only check out a game before see if you want to buy it, but also a way to connect with other people who might like the same games, or to learn something about a game that you didn't know before. Ooh, ghouls! Like, for instance, now you guys have all learned that ghouls are terrible, and I hate ghouls, and they can just die. I wouldn't bat an eyelash, or bat an eye. Batting an eyelash, that would be more of a term defining. Yeah, never mind. You know what I'm trying to say. At least I hope so. And if not, then I have failed in communicating my thoughts. Let's go ahead and, actually, guys, I'm going to go ahead and save things here. I've been trying to go through this dungeon as quickly as possible, but it really looks like, it's probably down here somewhere where I have to go. So, yeah. Next time, we'll probably clear off this dungeon. I think we're, 3 levels down? I have a feeling it's probably up there. Yeah, just because you got to go jumping over things and going underground and stuff. I don't think it's down in this corner, but place your bets. We will see where the skeleton's key is next time. So until next time, though, I'd like to thank you so much for joining me once again. And until next time, I think I repeated myself. Game on.